Let's make nougat with almonds and walnuts. I like to call them nougat because they have this crunchy texture that I like. So, let's start. For the ingredients, we will need 2 tablespoons of almonds, 2 tablespoons of walnuts, 1 tablespoon of brown rice syrup, and a tiny pinch of fine sea salt. We start by chopping the almonds and the walnuts and put them in a frying pan or a wok along with the salt. And then we toast them just enough time for them to become slightly golden. Not too much time, not more than 5 minutes, otherwise they may be burned. While they are toasting, we may mix them with a chopstick. Then it's time to add the brown rice syrup. We can use any other syrup like agave or maple. And this part is very fast. Otherwise, the nougat will be too hard. So we make sure it only lasts about 30 seconds. And of course, it's important that we are mixing everything all the time until we turn off the heat. Make sure the syrup is well mixed with the walnuts and the almonds. Once we turn off the heat, we put a square ring mold on a kitchen board, and then we put all the mixture inside, pressing very well with our fingers wet. We do it in a way that covers all the shape. Once we are done, we remove the mold. Then we let it cool for a few seconds, and we now can separate the nougat from the board with a slightly wet knife. This is important because otherwise it may stick easily. And then we can cut it in small bars or in any shape we like. And there we have, the nougat is ready. Enjoy it. Bon appétit. Let's make nougat with oat and raisins. This one is interesting because it has the fruity, sweet flavor of the dry raisins. So let's start. For the ingredients, we will need 4 tablespoons of gluten-free whole oat flakes. Of course, you can use regular oat flakes. 2 tablespoons of raisins, 1 tablespoon of brown rice syrup, and a tiny pinch of fine sea salt. We start by putting the flakes in a frying pan or a wok and toast them with the salt. Just for about 5 minutes, more or less, just enough time for the oats to be slightly golden. And in the meantime, I leave you a heart with a smile just to make you happy along the process. You already know that I like to mix it with the chopstick, but you can use anything else, of course. Now, still with the heat on, we add the raisins and we mix everything for about 1 minute. Now it's time to add the syrup. Then we mix everything for about 30 seconds. Just remember not to let it cook for much more than 30 seconds, otherwise the nougat will be too hard. Then we can turn off the heat. And again, we put a square ring mold on a kitchen board and we put the mixture inside, pressing with our fingers wet, in a way that covers all the shape. then we may remove the mold. Now let it cool for a few seconds, and then we can separate the nougat from the board with a slightly wet knife, and then of course cut it into small bars or whatever shape we like. And that's it, it's done. We have the nougat, it's ready. Enjoy it and bon appétit! Let's make nougat with pumpkin and sunflower seeds. This nougat is particularly interesting for the colors. I really like it. So let's start. For the ingredients, we will need 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds, 1 tablespoon of brown rice syrup, and a tiny pinch of fine sea salt. We start by putting all the seeds together with the salt in a frying pan or a wok, and then we toast them for about 5 minutes. And be careful not to let the seeds burn. Again, we can use a chopstick to help mixing everything. And once it's done, we may add the syrup. Remember, just mix it very well and just for about 30 seconds. Then we put the square ring mold on a kitchen board and we put all the mixture inside, pressing with our fingers wet in a way that covers all the shape. Then we can remove the mold. After we let it cool for a few seconds, we may now separate the nougat from the board with a slightly wet knife and then cut it in small bars or whatever shape we like. And it's time to enjoy it. Bon appétit! Let's make nougat with sesame and poppy seeds. This is the last one. I hope you like it. For the ingredients, we will need 3 tablespoons of sesame seeds, 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds, 1 tablespoon of brown rice syrup, and a tiny pinch of fine sea salt. We put the seeds along with the salt in a wok or frying pan and we toast them for about 5 minutes. You already know that you have to be careful not to let the seeds burn, and we only let them toast until they become slightly golden. And look, you have a heart. Still with the heat on, we add the syrup. And we mix everything fast, and we make sure that the syrup gets to all the seeds. We again use a square ring mold on a kitchen board, and then we put the mixture inside and we press everything with our fingers wet in a way that covers all the shape. Then we may remove the mold. And now we let it cool for a few seconds, and then we separate the nougat from the board with a slightly wet knife and we cut it in small bars or any other shape we like. And here we have, it's ready. Enjoy, have fun, bon appétit!